Welcome back, everybody. It's your favorite cosmonaut explorer of the skies and space, Ellen. And I'm joined here, of course, by you, fellow cosmonauts, space engineers, engineers all, friends mostly. And we're exploring Tacoma, or particularly what happened to the crew of Tacoma Space Station. We've just found the cat, so that was a big win for us. And hopefully it survives this game, because as I've said before, I will flip out if anything happens to this sweet babu. This is the Orbital Workers Certification Board, Bureau of Training. A certificate of qualification presented to Evelyn Victoria St. James. This worker is hereby certified for orbital posting of up to 24 consecutive months. 840 hours total, 400 in microgravity. Wow. Wow, that's a lot. I don't know that I would have that in me. Oh, so we've got like a little desk-y-doo. I wonder if that's, yeah, her and her sister. Oh gosh, they're both so beautiful as well. 2082. That's 2 years before Karen died. Oh, poor Evie. You can kind of feel it everywhere, that every place that belongs to Evie is kind of... She holds her sister really tight. The Venturis Belt, the future of hospitality in space, a network of 1,000 orbital vacation homes completely automated, coming online in 2088. An automated home. I don't know how much I'd love that. Okay, that's the status report, we know that. Oh, from Venturis Operational Logistics Message. Station Administrator St. James, upon review, your request for network specialist access to the Odin unit's operational hardware has been summarily denied. We refer you to Corporate Regulation Article VTA6AI76MU086, which clearly restricts all access to AI hardware from contacting crew. As this is the third time a request of this nature has been made by Tacoma under your supervision, your contractor dossier has been marked with an additional disciplinary flag, totaling 2 on your account. Please remember that one more disciplinary flag will trigger an overall contractor viability review. So hang on, what is up with this? She wants to access the data... access hardware. She wants to access the hardware for Odin, and clearly someone else has, or 3 times before then, someone else on this crew has made a similar access. So maybe they think something hinky is happening with Odin? Oh, and that's her ID? I have no idea what any of these things mean. She has a conflict resolution certificate. Citizenship, Cascadia First Nations. Okay, well, that's something worth knowing for sure. Was anyone in here before?
Prior to my appointment as CEO by the Board of Trustees, Venturis had not been led by a Venturi for over 4 decades. And those were decades that saw an unprecedented wave of advancement outside our walls. Gene filtering, augmented reality, artificial consciousness. And yet, Venturis had not been a part of these new technologies. With your help, all of that is about to change. The technology to fully automate isolated orbital facilities using AI has existed for as long as I've been alive. Venturis must lead the way on this crucial issue. Humans for jobs only humans can do. Cutting-edge, multi-generation artificial intelligence, safely handling the rest. Orbital safety above all else. Would this significantly reduce the number of people working full-time in space? Yes. And that's just the point.
This has been a message from your Chief Executive Officer, Sergio Venturi.
So he's the CEO of this company. Interesting. I don't think we've got any more... Oh! Does she come in? What's she do? Oh, no, no, hang on. Go back, go back. Sorry. Sorry, Evie. I bet she's reading the fact that she got denied. Oh, she's looking at her sister. Okay, so she came in here, got a message that she was denied again access to Odin's hardware. She took out the picture of her sister to look at it, and then that's when the crash happened. Okay. But just touching on the message from Sergio Venturi. So I don't know that he said that there were so obviously the company is dipping its toes into now all this technology that is kind of more prevalent in society than it was before, gene altering and blah blah blah. I don't know that I feel great about I don't know that I feel great about that kind of technology, but I kind of agree that if more jobs can be automated in future, then maybe that's a good thing. I say this with the caveat of I don't think it's a good thing with society the way it is now. Where, oh, okay, hang on. Dear Mum, I was looking through some of Karen's things and I thought I'd write you. I hope you've been doing all right these days. It's still really hard for me, I can tell. I've been trying to find meaning in my work up here, but I still have such trouble connecting with people since her sister died, which is totally understandable because it feels like you're really, even if you have family, you know, obviously her whole family is going through the same experience, but they're not, because she was her sister. You know, her parents lost a daughter, and that's obviously like a similar experience, but like they can't know what it is like to lose their sister. So in some ways grief can be incredibly isolating, even if you are with family or can share your experiences with your family. Getting back to the Venturis message, I think that the way things are automating jobs just it does do people out of a job, but I kind of believe that, you know, if we had universal income and people didn't have to work, and we could automate all these really dangerous jobs and have people like the Tacoma crew who are just kind of observing and checking in, that why shouldn't we? The benefit of making all this technology is that we should be able to enjoy it and use it to lengthen the welfare of our lives, make our lives more enjoyable. It's kind of the thing where some people go, oh, I had to work this hard and I had to work all of my life to blah 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 to get anywhere. But we shouldn't be, just because we suffer doesn't mean we should expect future generations to. And we're trying to build a better world together, right? That's my opinion anyway. So one of my jobs is I work at a service station, and there is absolutely no reason that like a robot couldn't do my job. And if we had robots doing all those jobs, then we would have more of an impetus, I believe anyway, to focus on those jobs that give ourselves meaning, that make us excited. And that's not to say all those jobs are easy. I reckon people would still be going into caring roles, into medicine, into, you know, creating arts. I don't think things would just like grind to a halt, and that people would be too lazy to do anything. Because as we've seen with like this, you know, this hell of a year, even if people can't work, even if people can't go outside, even if people can't talk to each other, they have found really funny, silly ways to keep themselves occupied. And I think humans will just do that. So that was my rant over universal income, please, and more robots doing my job. Thank you, and good night. So we have a message from Venturis. Subcontraferia, that's me. For security reasons, AR crew record data is deleted automatically. Accidental data retention by the automated system does not confer contractor access privileges to this confidential information. My cooperation is appreciated. Oh dear. Oh, I think maybe I didn't read these before. Hang on. We have transmitted Tacoma docking codes to my Mini. Please proceed to the facility without delay. Sign on to Tacoma's AR network successful. Please proceed to the personnel module. Yep, I got that one. The company has remotely disabled the station's AI ability to directly affect operations on Tacoma or contact me via the station's AR net. Any attempt to communicate with the AI is strictly prohibited. That's weird. That's weird, right? Why can't I communicate with the AI directly? Will it, like, overwrite all the saved information? Like a VCR or something? I doubt it. Huh. I think something hinky's going on here. And all of this data is deleted automatically. Accidental data retention by the automated system does not confer contractor access privileges in this confidential information. Huh. I don't know why they want to keep this stum. Unless it was like bureaucracy that like messed over these guys. Which I'm beginning to suspect, because why don't they want me getting into the AI? Although they did say that, like, Odin was talking about there are some people who would like to get an intact AI in order to expose it to another and see how they grow that way. Yeah, that's all the same, and that's same as usual. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know how to feel about that quite yet. I'm sure it'll all reveal itself to me in good time. Lost wedding ring. Gold band engraved with RW and NK inside. I think I lost it somewhere in engineering. Please let me know if you find it. Bert. Who? Oh, Albert. What's his last name? Where are they? No, who is Bert? Oh, Roberta. Okay. Yeah, RW. Oh, they're married. NK and RW. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, that's really sweet. Can you imagine though if she hadn't proposed yet? Oh, okay, we've got some data. Can you imagine if Roberta hadn't proposed yet and like she lost the ring and then had to be like, sorry Natalie, this was going to be a yeah, this was going to be a surprise, but oops, I lost the ring, and if you find it then it definitely won't be a surprise.
Have everything you need? Yep-o.
Okay, so
Thanks for offering to help.
Oh yeah, no problem. I mean, you know how much I love completely mindless.
Also, Natalie is Aussie from the accent. Yearly hand count inventory checklist, page 2. Air filtration valve cover, compressor, general fuel tank insulation, class A. Okay, we've got that. Nope, can't get that. Message with Clive. Yearly inventory quality assurance and count day. Already on it. Trying to get it all done before the OBSO day party tomorrow so I can party with a clear conscience. Understandable. Tomorrow's celebration will require... He has like a British accent, doesn't he? Understandable. Tomorrow's celebration will require your full attention. Do you think Evie would mind... No problem. 2 heads are better than 1. Okay. Evie... Roberta wants to do something. She doesn't know if Evie would mind. RE, we connect you with a licensed therapist on demand. We're here to listen when you need it most. Personalized therapy with licensed practitioners. Roberta Williams. Maybe, and I'm trying to focus on the bright side with Nat. At least it pays well. The isolation paid. Feel like I'm holding her back. She's up here on this shit posting because it's all I qualified for, and she could be somewhere so much better. Okay, I have to do this yearly task thing now. Thanks for your time. Thank you for using Ori. Bye, Roberta. Session ended. Your Ori licensed therapist today was Penny. Was your experience with Penny 5-star? So it's like a, yeah, it's like one of those app-based therapy things. So it does connect you with a real person, and Penny's not an AI. I think that's a cool idea. I know there's definitely things like that already exist, like BetterHelp, or I have thought about it because I was meant to go back in contact with my counselor, and I haven't done it yet, and I feel so bad. But I just have literally not had time, which I know, like you have to make time for stuff like this, but. So I have been kind of like, oh, the airlock's sealed. I have been kind of investigating like those online or app therapy, whatchamacallit, apps, abilities. But they are, you know, it is a cost, definitely, that you have to incur, which is not a bad thing. But it's definitely something worth thinking about. And I do wonder if, like, there is a benefit to be getting out and doing your therapy, like going to a physical space, because otherwise, like, you know, it's kind of like the thing of if you're going to work at home, yep, you get a lift, not with your back over like that, which I do all the time. Do not recommend, but I think it's just the way my body's built. Yeah, what was I gonna... Oh, yeah, like, you know, you don't want to bring your work home with you, so if you're working from home, it's important to, like, set yourself up a little space, because imagine if you were doing therapy, like, at home, it could be really hard to not let that spill over.
Kid, don't start.
You know?
We don't even know if we're getting renewed yet.
We're getting renewed.
Okay, so if you're so sure, maybe we should just do our jobs then? So we'll get renewed again next year?
Next year. Nah. I'm gonna quit.
Stop.
What? They don't even give me access to the system I'm
I guess
supposed to
that's
be
Odin.
maintaining. I mean, are you kidding me?
Oh, do you really need direct access to Odin?
It's the principle of the thing. I mean, what if they were like, hey, Bert, your job's mechanical engineer, but, you know, don't touch anything under the hood?
Well, still be pulling a paycheck for one thing.
Come on, you're a good engineer. You're totally gonna waste up here.
Well, didn't you say Evie was gonna talk to corporate about giving you more
Okay,
access?
so it's Natalie who wanted access to Odin. Yeah. And I think Roberta, like, doesn't have a lot of faith in herself. She seems like she's got a lot of doubt in her abilities. You know, her saying that Natalie could be going... That she's holding her back in her career, and she could be, you know, doing a lot more important things, but, you know, obviously Natalie thinks she's great at her job, and she probably is.
Yeah, but it never went anywhere. Hey, that's a good point, actually.
What?
Evie, can you get back to cargo?
On my way. What are you doing?
Yeah, this will work.
What's she doing?
Hey, remember when we talked about how I needed access to Odin's direct interface?
Uh-huh.
So how about this? Tell VT if they don't grant access to Odin, they're gonna have to find themselves a new network specialist.
Oh my god. Nat, you're not even renewed yet.
You don't have access to Odin?
No, there's a whole part of the networking module I can't even get into.
People, everything on this station is VT's property. We're subcontractors. They get to decide what exactly we do and don't have access to. It's in all our paperwork. So if you want to quit, then just quit, but don't make me your go-between.
I mean, it is fair. How is she meant to do her job?
Clive.
Then
Ooh.
again, rules are rules.
Nat, I'll think about it. But for now, how about you just get the rest of this job done while you still have it?
Aye, Captain.
It's risky, Nat. It's risky. Like, I don't think this company really values its its human stuff that much that you could be like, well, I'm just going. Like as Evie said, she's not even renewed. Let's see what the opposite of that conversation is with Clive and Evie. Where did they even come from?
Yeah, this will work.
Oh,
That'd be
okay,
nice
hang
for
on.
a change.
Yep. Nope. Just wait. I have to... Ooh, okay. It's Clive's office we're in. Ooh, is something romantic happening? Emerging Artist Annual Showcase. Oh, he likes arts. Ventura Zenith Lunar Resort. Exterior. Oh, wow. That's very space agey. I like that the architecture of it kind of rolls with the landscape. That's very cool. Not enough buildings are just interesting to look at. I think that's, you know... Oh no, I don't want to open it up. Open it up. Sorry, guys. Earth Tacoma Moon. Sculptor Anna Banerjee Fernandez. Original composition at Venturis Corp. What about this one? Ascent of Humanity. Sculptor Anna Banerjee Fernandez. Okay, we've got some sculptures, so clearly he's a bit of an arty guy. He went to Hilton U. Oh, wow. That is very, like... I do really like this. This is quite pretty. It's very Art Deco-y. It's almost like, it's giving me flashbacks to, like, Rapture in Bioshock. I don't know if anyone else gets that vibe. We've got some oolong tea. He needs some multivitamins. Totally. Totally. Yeah, these are a lot of really interesting sculptures. I like them. Oh. Let's see what's in his drawer. Oh. I think, Yapple's going off, dude. I know that happens to me a lot, where I'll be like, got some gum? Coconut lemon. What a flavor for some gum. I don't know that I would be about that. Personally. Yep, the Venturous belt. What else we got? Notes to self. Call mother. Evie's birthday coming up. Aww. Jim Locker, 1407. Send request Evie special cat food. Don't slack off in gym. Search AR tutorial cake decoration. That's that's very relatable, Clive. I know I've got a lot of notes to myself where it's like, you better do this or else I'm out of here. Get up. Yeah, really like being like a drill sergeant to myself. Okay, from Venturis Operational Logistics message. Contractor Siddiqui, we have received your inquiries about your application for position Venturis Belt Timeshare Sales Coordinator. As noted in our prior message, your materials are under review and will be considered along with all other applicants for this position. We will contact you with any further updates as necessary. Venturis Contractor Relations Account, Venturis Orbital Command, Fountain of Paradise Spaceport, Low Orbit, Singapore. So he wants to be a sales guy, as opposed to just a cargo dude. That makes sense. Yep. Is that HG? Logistics Certificate? Like Hospitality Logistics Certificate? Citizenship. USSREU. Issued London, UK. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright. Well, let's see how this unfolds in here. What is happening with these two crazy lovebirds? Oh.
Hello.
Let's see what's happening on his screen too. Oh, off-station AR call with Jermaine, his friend from Carnival. It's Carnival! Can I play it? No. No, it's happening, so if I just listen to him, I'll probably hear it. From Orbital Worker Union Local. A message from the Orbital Hospitality and Logistics Union. Remember your rights. February 29th, 2080 was scheduled to be the final day that commercial and industrial orbital facilities would be operated by human crew members. historic human oversight accord, putting a halt to the obsolescence of these brave workers in the face of advancing automation. It is your legal right to celebrate this momentous event on the last day of February every year, no matter what your employer claims. Report any attempts at worker suppression to your OHLU local representatives. On behalf of all your fellow union workers, happy Obsolescence Day. That is very cool. So clearly they were meant to, all humans in these facilities were meant to be made obsolete by the AI running them rather. And the union was like, nah, nope. Yeah, we get this day. We are not obsolete. Which is kind of cool. Banter, a guide for the inspired social climber. There's no need for the workplace to be humorless as a morgue, undertakers aside. Make levity part of your workday. Shared references can find out what movies and TV programs are tickling funny bones around the office. And that's how fast friends are made. To keep things casual and endear yourself to the higher-ups, refer to them by amusing and informal phrases instead of boss. Memorable bon mots? Bon mot? Is it French? I don't know. Memorable bon mots like fearless leader, skipper, or head honcho. I've never been called skipper. I've definitely called someone fearless leader. Yeah. There's always that one fellow, you know the type, who seems to forget his lunch more days than not and ends up buying the meatloaf from the company cafeteria. Well, as you wish, mon capitaine. Okay. So he seems like a very, yeah, social inspired guy, which I guess is why he wants to go into sales, probably, as opposed to be a cargo guy for the rest of his life. Alright, let's have a listen.
Germ, are you there? Hello. Oh, we're back.
Oh, I can't get...
Yeah, we haven't heard who's staying on yet, and it can be a tense time, as you know. But how are things at Carnival? I trust you got back to terra firma safely? No, you're already headed back out towards Jupiter. Why, I thought that...
Clive, may I come in?
Oh yes, come on in, love. So are you rounding Sol, then? That's tremendous. 8 months.
Oh.
Germ, I must leave now. Yeah, ring me again before the Resplendence leaves Earthspace, won't you? Ta-ta. Sorry about that. An old friend from my Carnival days.
Consorting with the enemy?
Worry not, mon capitaine.
Oh, he got that from the little guide.
Are you gonna miss me, Clive? I mean, if VT kicks one of us off of this pinwheel.
Miss you? How could I? The next thing VT would receive after ending your contract would be my...
Oh.
Oh, so you think I'm the one who's getting shit canned?
I mean, considering how indispensable I am, naturally.
Evie, can you get back to cargo?
On my way.
May I?
Come on, Peter.
So do you suppose there's good news?
That'd be nice for a change. What is it?
Okay, and then we have this little conversation with Nat.
I needed access to Odin's direct interface.
Uh-huh.
So how about this? Tell VT if they don't grant access to Odin, they're gonna have to find themselves a new network specialist.
Oh my god. Nat, you're not even renewed yet.
You don't have access to Odin?
No. There's a whole part of the networking module I can't even get into.
People, everything on this station is VT's property. We're subcontractors. They get to decide what exactly we do and don't have access to. It's in all our paperwork. So if you want to quit, then just quit, but don't make me your go-between.
I mean, it is fair. How is she meant to do her job?
Clive.
Whoop.
Then again, rules are rules.
Back in line,
Nat,
Clive.
I'll think about it. For now, how about you just get the rest of this job done while you still have it?
Yeah, I mean, Evie's coming off a bit of a hard ass at this moment, but, like, clearly they're all a bit worried about job security because they don't know if their contracts are getting renewed. And no one seems to be like, oh, Japanese plum blossom. No one seems that secure. Like, no one's like, oh yeah, for sure I'm getting renewed for another year. orbital certification in 6 months. At Venturas Technical University, anyone can achieve orbital worker certification status in just 6 months. Most training is done via AR from the comfort of your own hab. Tuition fees can be paid against future earnings. No upfront cost to you. You love working in space. Refer a friend or family member and receive double loyalty with Venturas for 1 year. Ventura. A Venturas Technologies publication. Fitting out Orbital Station Salem. Challenges and solutions. Lolo dishes on her luxe trip to Zenith. What makes Sergio tick? Probably money. Eat your vegetables. How the crew of Supply Depot Armstrong supplements their diets. I don't know how I feel that people who are up in space, like, can be trained in under 6 months. Or just 6 months, rather. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe the point of this whole game is that they don't really need to do all that much work. Because most of it is automated. But it still seems like a bit scary that you would just, like, you know, send people up into space and be like, cool, here you go. Goodbye now for, like, at least a year. Without, you know... I would think if people were spending more than a year at a time in a place, then you would probably want to train for just as long. I don't know. That's just me. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I do know one thing for sure. It's time for the next episode. So we'll probably follow where Andrew's been and keep poking around until we get to the bottom of this mystery. But I'm really enjoying this game so far. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really fun, and I'm really invested in the storyline thus far. So enjoy. We'll get back to you on the next episode, and we'll follow Andrew for a bit. And yeah, stay safe, everyone. Love ya. Bye.